Hi everyone, it's me Alma, and I've gotten quite a few requests to make some basic Cameo videos. I'm sorry that this video is about a week late. I've just been really busy with my boutique shop and some of my orders that I've had to do for the holiday season, but I have a lot of friends who are jumping from the Cricut bandwagon over to Silhouette Cameo, or Silhouette Portrait, or whatever machine they're using, and they've requested that I make some videos, so I figured I would try to give you as much information that I know. I don't know probably a quarter of what I'm sure this software can do, but I do know enough to kind of get around and to design a little bit and to kind of just do what I want. So in this video for today, I'm going to show you how to choose an image from your file and how to break it apart so that you can lay it on your mat. I personally use my Cricut mats still to cut on my Cameo because they're cheaper to me. I think the Cameo mats are like $11 for one, and you can get a Cricut mat for like a set of 2 for the same price. And Joann's has them on 20% off a lot of the time. So it's just cheaper to use a Cricut mat, and it does work. The alignment is a little bit different, so I'm going to show you some tricks that I learned as far as placing my paper on the actual Cricut mat. Alright, so let's get started. So once you open your Silhouette software, this is the default. This is where you're going to be designing, obviously. You can see all the different icons on the left and on the top. I'm going to focus on the icons, the second box to the bottom, because that is where your library is. And this icon right here, it looks like a picture frame. This is your designing area. This is the default area. The icon on the bottom looks like a book, and that is your library. And this is where all your files are kept. Whether you just got the Cameo and it comes with just the default files, or you've already been collecting them for the Silhouette store, this is where all of your stuff is at. Think of it as like your online cartridge library, even though it's just your files. And then the ones on the bottom, the icon, that is your Silhouette store. You can see I was looking for a 3D box, but this is where you go to purchase images. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to my library, and I'm going to choose just maybe a little image with maybe a few layers so I can show you how to break it apart. Here's a perfect one. You see these background shapes that I have right here? Like I have like the top note, the circles, you know, just the different background shapes. So you can see that it comes with like 3 different options in one. So when I click on this, like let's say I want to use this border right here, or this background shape, but there's 3 different options there. So you're going to click on it, and it's going to open up on your design area. You can see that there's 3 different background images right there. So they all come grouped together. Now, I don't want to use these last 2 images. I want to use this one right here. So the way that I do it, and I break it apart, is I right click. Once it's highlighted, I hit ungroup, and now each image has its own individual box. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that it's now each individually highlighted. So what I do at this point is I just go ahead and delete those. And the way I do it is I right click and I just cut. I highlight the next image, right click, and cut. And now you can see that I am left with this one background image. And that is how you break apart a set that has more than one option to it. Now let's say you want to go back to your library and you want to make something with a few different layers on it. Like, for instance, let's go ahead and let's say, I'm sorry, I'm trying to choose a good image here for you guys so I can break it apart. I have a lot of 3D images. Alright, this 4-piece corset right here. I'm going to click on it, and you can see that it is all still the exact same size. It's all still grouped together. but these are different layers. Like this layer is going to go on top of this layer, and this layer is going to go on, or this layer is going to go on top of this layer. This is your base layer. So you want to place them in different areas of the mat so that you can know where to place your cardstock. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to highlight your image. You're going to right click. You're going to ungroup. Okay, now the difference, I don't know if you caught that, is that this one in particular puts little boxes around every single cut line, and you have to be careful, because if you do not if you don't regroup all of this the exact same way, then you're going to have missing pieces and different cut lines are going to move like this. Hold on. You see that? So you don't want to do that. And in case you do that, you can go ahead and go up to edit and then undo move, and then it's going to go back. But the way that I do this, my next step after I ungroup all of this together, is I highlight each one individually and then I regroup it. So then you're going to right click, group, and now it's completely grouped together and you're free to move it around your mat. You're going to go to the next image. You're going to regroup that as well, and that one's already grouped. So then you're just going to move that down here. And this one, since it's got so many different cut lines, I'm going to go ahead and save that for last, because I didn't want to accidentally skip a line when I was trying to click on something else. I'm going to highlight all of it, right click, group, and now it's all completely grouped together. And I can move it to the different areas of my mat where I'm going to put the particular colored cardstock. And that is how you take an image and you break it apart. Now, I told you that I use my Cricut mats to cut on my Cameo, and it's basically, it is the same, but I've learned through trial and error that there are some little quirks here and there where you have to kind of figure out where exactly you're going to line up your paper so that it doesn't cut off side, or all that stuff. So once you're ready to cut, what I do is I go up to this icon right here, which is like this little red box, and it's called the Page Tools window. And this is where your mat, you see, it's right there. It pops up, and you're going to choose which kind of, what size paper you have. Like maybe you have an 8.5 by 11, or a photo paper, or whatever. Since we're working with 12 by 12, I'm going to keep it at 12 by 12. The next step I do is I reveal my cutting mat all the way to 100%. It's right here. Reveal your cutting mat. And I don't know if you can see, I think you can, there are red lines around this entire mat area. The place that your Cameo is going to cut is right here in the dark green area. If you can see, there's like a little light green space between the dark green and the red line. You don't want to put an image there because it's not going to cut. You want to keep your images all right there in the green. Now, I've learned that with the Cricut mats, you want to keep it pretty much this green right here. The top of it is the top of your Cricut mat. So this is the silhouette mat. This is where this is, sorry, I lost my train of thought. This is where, this is a silhouette mat, but if you're using Cricut, you definitely want to make sure that you stay under this line right there. But you can go a little bit over right there. You see how what I mean, that it's a little bit different just by placement and all that. So general rule is just keep it in this green area and it's going to cut. That's pretty much it. So I hope that you found this video somewhat helpful. I'm sorry if I kept rambling on and on. It's 11:35 and I'm pretty tired, but if you have any more video requests you would like me to make, maybe a project you'd like me to do, walk you through, I would be more than happy to do it. Just leave me a comment, or you can Facebook me or whatever, email me, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoy your Cameo, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.